Is beag chunta a bhí an láidir sa dá chód, ráine sé gur Cork láidir sa tréimhse sin sa dá chód, Laochra ban uile rinne chun áiríre.
It's only now when we're looking back at these, really, do we appreciate what went on at the time. I suppose winning the football made it special.
You know, it was a huge year for me because obviously I had a hurling in the back pocket at that stage, and, you know, playing in the All-Ireland final and winning it was extra special because, you know, it's very few people can say they have two.
Tompkins to extend Cork's lead if he can. He's done just that.
1990 just had it all, and 30 years on, it's the only county ever to have won a double. It's a really, really remarkable achievement.
The double has been achieved. It's Cork's All-Ireland. It's Cork's year.
Well, Larry, how are things?
Sure, not too bad.
Honest tea.
It's nice to be back after
It's nice to be back. Nice to be back. Fantastic.
30 years.
Yeah, and they say we haven't changed a bit.
Tríocha bliana ra ó Ghaisce Amánaíocht agus pelle an chéads nuair a hrú Corca ráchríomh ile éireann in éon bliana amháin, tá na captain buacacha Tomás Mulcahy agus Larry Tompkins ag dul siar bhódaím na smaointe.
There was a great period for Cork football. I mean, he had a dominant team at that stage, right? Yeah. And then obviously, I mean, the hurlers winning put all the pressure back over on you. We were out having the party.
Yeah. I suppose with the hurlers doing well and we doing well, like there was massive atmosphere at that time, wasn't there? There was the supporters. There were just
the buzz.
The buzz
was incredible.
Yeah.
There was a lot happening in Cork hurling that time, but I suppose 88 and 89 was particularly poor, to be honest with you, and a lot of question marks asked going into 1990, no doubt.
Getasach neidig nog wie Lochgante Corcaid in door een gemeente gouverneur in de Slaoú begaan. So wie een kanonach Michael O'Brien took a stach on Gear Remission. Dus toch een geint getasach na blian nagrabie te Berdarn round en oude reached wie een gref woordje kon blian Remission.
Wie gachéinge den dúrim gomach cúpla blianacha san inúachtar ach mar a hála agus mar atá tarlún le fadanis, ní rairig leha an tarna ceann a ní chéile a chur lena gcuid.
Ik fécinn siar 8 ní raibh go geal le Corcaigh bhí daoine in asnamh le héad de Tomás Mulcahy, ní raibh an fearn ag dul go maith. So is tócha go luú in éideag nócha, ní raibh daoine Corcaigh ag súil go mór leis an craobh.
You know, you're the likes of Father Ryan and Gerald Mack coming in and, you know, no disrespects to previous managers, but they brought a new freshness to it. And at the very start of the year, those two boys that I just mentioned had one ambition, and that would grow on you, like, you know.
Fear down féin a be na Hurling Brian in nach éon gné, aber hain sé stacha tús na bliana sin, de bhí sé de bhí snachaige agus de gánaíochtaige, glúistá nó a chenach. A tús na bliana san, agus sé nihir a bhíar na nócha sí fethe seacht.
We were all kind of gobsmacked with the car. It was a flash. I think it was an Opel Manta at the time, and the alloy wheels were sparkling. But he says, have a look at the registration plate, and it was 90C 27. And he says, 90 for the year, C for Cork, and we have 26 titles to date. This year we're going to make it 27.
Cé ná raibh Corcaigh san áireamh rómhór san ag gúrsaí Amánaíochta ag tús na bliana, níiad fan méid céanna ráfés na Peladóí mar bíad champíní na héireann, tríis muo a clí an bblian riime sin.
Bhí Corcaigh go féchant chéirí a buachtant craobhacha ile éireann cúcín ar fad asáilim suascaí neidig 8-3 son. Agus ní greibh dra ornaige Corcaigh, bhí fórna den scáige Corcaigh ach ní éitadíist an lábhanúachtar a gáilte chéirí. Ach nuair a tháinig an seans, an 9-8 son deirí hir fud an lábhanúachtar ortha.
And there's the whistle. Cork are the champions.
Ó bu oscail carta in 9-8 agus bhláthíidir an son mar in íosan.
Yeah, I just felt like that Cork probably accepted after beating Kerry. That was really looked their All-Ireland because so many years that Kerry had beaten Cork. So it actually was a big obstacle for to get over.
In 1987 bhain Corca áitimach a glufa canis pelle na héiring in chéadúir ó 1973 ach ní ó rihan Rossalo a gunne na mí furin bhí tíocht le blianú ró agus ná a bhéin ribí ní ré iad.
It was one that started well, but we accepted defeat fairly easy really in the end, and Meath probably were a lot stronger on the day, and they deserved a win, but we certainly learned that day that we needed to change things if we were going to get back to the All-Ireland and try to win it.
Bheadh Corca agus an bhí le chéile a ríis a glufa canis 1988 ach le lámhháin ag na rebelúnaithe ar a goran chríoch nó chun clufa ina ráirta chun spóide.
In 1988 a gine na mí ríis de viidir agus bhí mí á ceartla chun chéad le 1988. Díar ag muinte Chorcaí gur drochin a réiteóra a tháinig iad riad agus an buan chéad lá.
1-9 for Cork, 11 points for Meath, 45 seconds into injury time, and the sides are level. The referee leaves the game with the Cork players protesting about that last decision.
Bhí na clé de Luis Naides an son agus de viidir perfoglas mailet garabh, fian, fisiciúil, idir fad an éanacht ach bhí peld an scothúnta chomá.
Díag ar níag tháinig chuna fua idir an dáfern agus bhí sé nimhnach. Ní féidir leat éon focail eile chorar. Bhí sé nimhnach go thomláin.
Chuig an bhí isteach san éimert le meon difriúil. Bhí siad mar choirí ile éireann ó 87 ach bhí sé sa léir dósa agus do na lándaoine eile. Nach raibh an bhí chun Páirc an Chrócaí go ágant an tránna sin gan chun Samuel Weir in na Laochra ar eisnú ar éigean.
Ag immert in dríú clufa canis as a chéile chur peladóí Chorca an scéalan i cheart an bhliain dargion a gunne wío agus faoi dheire bhí churann bhí ag dul chus slí.
Into space nicely to Dave Barry. Remember a point between the teams. Dave Barry, and it's the equaliser.
Cléthe fíorspóirtúla bhí ann idir Corcaigh agus Muyo, se cínte beidir nach raibh éon calísí grána mar a bhí ann in 88 ach bhaintína daoine tanamhas beidir nar bhain Muyo mar an tanamhas ach bhain Corcaigh tanamhas agus bhí sé fíorthachta dóibh. Dá féin bhaoiní gur bhuaigh siad Sam in 89.
Sam is going back to Lisa.
Bhí an championí na héireann tibredáir an rá na cotíonteachta an ceann na sára áil ar Chorca a glufa canis na mún 1990. Thug banisio na fórne Babs Keating aglah Harvest Simul the Sports Stadium, couple lá River Govlins.
Is úntaach an charactéir é Babs Keating. Agus a rihan agalibh sin de chuir méid ceist ar faoi Corcaigh.
And of course you have to rate a team too motivated and trained by people like Father Michael O'Brien and Gerald McCarthy.
Yeah, but having said that, you still need the talent, you still need the players. If you haven't the talent, I don't think you can't win a derby with a donkey.
Hasig mé ag gar a maritime inis, ach tása gom féin nach raibh sé tuairt masla do Chorcaigh ní rá an éacar. Bhí anna bheasaige agus bhí isaige go mbeadh Corcaigh dain séireach sa cluiche ceannis.
Beidir an sprágail bhí an do Chorcaigh ná raibh tibredána díar craibh na múna bhuachtain den garú bliana sa chéile den géadú riamh. Is ní hainóach sé le Corcaigh ligan do Hiberdig é sin na dhéanamh.
Prior to him to going out onto the field to play, it was going to take a serious team to beat him because the focus that was there, the drive that was there, the enthusiasm that was there to represent the red jersey of Cork.
And the 101st Munster Hurling final is underway and it's tipped under pressure with Mark Foley advancing.
An cluiche féin, well, an réalta bhí ann darnói Mark Foley. Agus de fuair Mark Foley gáchúil agus seachúlíní sa cluiche sin. An cluiche is fearr a bhí riamh aige agus de bhuaigh Corcaigh ar Hubbardorn.
Mark Foley has had an absolute stunning afternoon.
Agus tibredáir chuir de rím seolaigh na Hamánia, ben chloch bhuair a báidrí ag Billy Morgan agus na Peladóí, ná go seannámh de Céirí a chlí.
Going to be, I suppose, our toughest one the last few years. Kerry appeared to be going very well. We're upset by injuries and we're not able to train together as a result. So, but we've just got to make the best of it and get on with it.
Bhí imróí anha é Corcaigh ó héan go dtí a cúideag ach cruthaigh Billy an fearn
Billy Morgan coming on the scene, you know, with his expertise and his background, you know, he brought it to a super level for us, really. And, you know, he knew what he was about and he had a lot of experience.
He used to get so psyched up for Kerry. Of course, I suppose his defeats by Kerry over the years as a player, and then watching Kerry being so dominant for a long time, he was always highly motivated for Kerry.
In éidir an Laochra, de bhé an chluthe canis a gcuaig amón an 2 bhliain a reithid i 9 chéile gur chas Cork agus Ciarí le chéile ag chluthe canis na mún. Agus in san achar sunnar fad ní chuilimsa Corcaigh ach a bóchan 6 úra as 25.
Bhí dear take le ré únta Chiarí, bhí Pat Spillane agus bhí Jack O'Fosaco. A techan cuinlíocht bhí Maris Fitzgerald fuair héna cúigan lásan. Ach an áiríre bhí Laird an Bhuirinson ná ága rion na néchar ar a gluthe sin.
Bhí Mickey Ned ó Solaháin ag Giannis a Ciarí. Bhí sé géirig drám nua a Hurling agus takeíocht a chuir dóibh. Ní raibh siad olamh de Chorcaigh in éideog nócha.
You know, being Kerry and Kerry, what it is in the tradition to have, they're always difficult to beat, but, you know, we were just a very determined group of guys that was coming through and very ambitious. And, you know, at that stage, you know, Kerry held no fears for us going forward. Whereas we respected them, we didn't fear them.
Cork refused to surrender their monster proud in the face of adversity.
Lá dar saoil a bheith lá chluthe canis na mún. Agus an scéal mór an lá san ná nó dairig Lochlan úna Ciarí le de Laoi galú agus Corcaigh go bóchaint go maith gur raibh daoine an gléach amach agus scradíl na dóirse a gúna agus íochalach ratha fanúntaistigh go bheiceníist cad a bhí feice going le fada fíorach an lá riimi sin.
Nice ball inside. McCarthy's moved inside. Teddy McCarthy's shot. It's a goal!
Bhí buin ile éireann ina fóca hanna héin ag Teddy McCarthy, níos a gochtú níos a fel agus ceann na mánaíochta níos a gochtú séb. Níos ag nécha bé Teddy an Tim Robert chlútaí in éireann, agus é sa tóir ar gáhain ile éireann sa dá chód sa bhliain céanna.
Sais a rís an mitas atá tóca margheall ar an dá bhain a bhóchaint in éon bhliain a bháin. Dairig le Teddy é sin íana a bhí sé có lánach san.
Agus, no, imór a bheith like bhí sé achlíoch, bhí sé cream, bhí sé beagáninn den díal ón, you know, bhí gachbord ag Teddy, but sure, bhí sé Harvard.
When you're, I suppose, fit, I suppose it's easy enough, you know. It wasn't that difficult now, to be honest with you, because there was no back door. Realistically, you played every 2 weeks. You know, if you played football 1 week, you play hurling 2 weeks after, so you just had the 2 weeks to adjust.
Rena Buckley with that shank straight between the posts.
Tá 18 go bhhain ile éireann ag Rena Buckley, agus daidir le heacríomhacha pelle agus comógaíochta a Ruchtdal in éon bhliain, 6 huaire.
Ja, gan éon óras a Corcaigh, sé Teddy McCarthy an léchas mó massam agus méag fás an níos. Agus, you know, mission mar páisteach. Agus cuiinlam mé sa Gardaín, agus ag súgra ag immer comógaíochta, ag immer demáint, ag immer pell. Agus mé ag ligant orm féin gur mise Teddy McCarthy, agus bhí sé mar raim a gom, you know, agus bhí tuiscint a gom gur féidir le duine feig immert le Corcaigh in san amáint, nó in san comógaíocht, agus in san pell ag an ón céine.
Is mór nóir domsa an corn saw gacha ar son fern Corcaigh.
Bhí an tád airglum ag 2005 bruna mór an double don céadú a riamh, so, you know, bhí sé arós ar fad agus céadú a mór gan dót a bhíon.
An géadúnach go bhí bhean fómhar níos ag nécha thug na Hamánia ar forca chróca le doling le gaile ag glufi canis na héireann. Ríist, ní a bhíad Corca ráin na núdar.
Ach an lá san de chuig Corcaigh chun páirce, bhí an arbhuaig an ghaile riomhar Corcaigh glufi canis na héireann. Bhíidir olaithe ina níontin ag an mainistúrnú gan ganónach.
Ach sa céad le gachrod I dro Joe Cooney.
Galway set to reply with Joe Cooney over the bar.
Gach íireacht a rial sé, chuig sé Harlan Trasdán nó isteach sa líam, agus fuair sé scór uair sa céad le sé. Agus bhí an choráige le ham, cadiad na hathartha a dhéanamh Corcaigh.
The referee signals for the end of a very exciting first 35 minutes.
We had a bad first half. We did. And so 5 points down, and lucky to be 5 points down. So we got to the dressing room at half time, and you have the cannon is inside. He just calls 3 or 4 guys, and he says, you, and you, out to the shower area. And outside, he had 4 buckets of water lined up. Take off your jerseys, ice cold water, and up on top of each one of them. And he says, it's about time, our Ireland final day, it's about time you woke up.
Jostling for positions at the start of this second half. Remember, it's 113 to 1-8.
Is dóilm gur has cannerí de Corcaigh an lá sin. Má ha captaíon agat catú duine bheith agat atá ná an gaisce dhéanamh in óm an gátar.
Runs on towards Tomás Mulcahy. In the clear. A Cork goal perhaps, yes!
Ach Tomás Mulcahy an dahat slaat a ghargan chléis dóilm an áiríre, fuair sé an cúl, thug sé an deathómpla agus tháinig an ghaileh an eisce láideach just cléthe úntach tríoch dúla bheithe.
Infinity up towards Noel Lane, isolated. Dennis Walsh had to be decisive. It breaks down to Martin Knock, and a goal chance for Galway now. Oh yes, it's gone wide. It's gone off the goalkeeper who's made a brilliant save.
Tháinig líthreoir de Steach agus de bhuail sé Ger Cunningham san aig. Ba ceart go mbeadh buile 65 go buinte sin, ní raibh. Puck amach a bhí ann, agus fuair scór beagnach díreach an íag sin. Agus dathraigh an cléthe.
We got it together. We got goals, and I suppose everybody says in the game of hurling, goals win matches, and we were lucky enough in the second half that we got onto ball, we created opportunities, and what I loved about the team was guys in a better position. You always got the ball.
Jump is given. It's a goal!
Sin an bhfuil ciúnú, ag fuair cúig cúl atá dócret, ag fécinn siar, agus dar nóí, tá sé anna dhheacair, má tá cúig cúl fáite iad a chuine cléthe bhócant an son.
The referee has a check on the watch. He's called time. Cork are the All-Ireland champions. The first part of a possible double has been achieved.
One of my first thoughts were going up was about my dad, my late dad. Was he okay? Because he'd 1 or 2 heart attacks prior to that, and his doctor was Dr. Carmurphy. They gave him instructions, under no circumstances were you to go to Croke Park for the match, but he wouldn't listen. So we're inside the dressing room. Next thing, there's a big bang in the door, and who comes in? But my dad, and throws his arms around me and says, "Well done, son." So I'll always cherish that. That's probably one of my greatest moments, to be honest with you, to see his face.
I said a few raw things at half-time to them. We were playing with a 10-man team up to half-time. But that's some of the lads didn't seem to realise we were not out of the final. But I think they got the hang of it at half-time. And they went out there and they huddled, like I told them, I said 35 minutes left after 12 months, hard slog. And ye did it, ye deserve it. Get out there and win it.
An sin bhí na peladóirí lá an éana, agus de se go díaltas amhaint amach I gconí na mí sigla fé canis in í brise chrí 987 agus 88. Bhí Corca thorseach na staire.
Is an sin hosig daoine a caint faoin dúbalt. Ribh sin, ní raibh an caint ná réire faoi.
Médaíon an aithne an tarcas na deirsiad. Ní léon áras ach raibh cloch sa bhinart le cosad dá chéile. A d'bhóg na himireoirí sin.
Look, there was a lot of aggro there and a lot of tension. That team needed to beat Meath in the final to really prove themselves, because when you have 2 giants of football coming together and Meath having the upper hand of you, we felt there was unfinished business. I'd never seen the Cork team so focused. Every player knew there was a job to be done, and let's go and do it. Colm was having one of those games, like, 26 minutes gone in the All-Ireland final, and I think Mick Lyons, who was a hell of a fullback, one of the great fullbacks like that, I'd say he never got such a roasting for that 26 minutes of his life.
Oh dear. Oh, that's rather senseless by Colm O'Neill.
Níana bhíon do las ige réiteúr ach Colm O'Neill a dhíbert.
Because when Colm did what he did, we said, God, he's highly motivated. So I was saying, look, I'd say maybe everybody felt like, right, lads, he's up for it. Why aren't we up for it, you know? And I just think it took off from there, and I think we controlled the game from start to finish.
Rodella Stolem, a chuige Weimer glethe, ná an tunnachar a bhí bert cíl dara. I mean, hendig an a bhí ann féire, de bhoi Corcaigh le gá chulín, is hennig ocín den ein diag ó sé fehi agus ó lorás ó Tumacín. An bhert a hennig isteach ó cíl dara, an Corcaigh agus a Stolem a darda giad ó gná di fuiran anna bhahar fad.
It was just one of those games like that. It was a battle, and I think that day it proved like the Cork were a serious team, an outstanding team, and it was one I think that we deserved.
The double has been achieved. It's Cork's All-Ireland. It's Cork's year. Sam Maguire goes proudly back to Lee side. It's Sam and it's Liam in the 1 year for Cork.
Con slú a bhí I lár Corcaigh nuair a tháinig na Peladória bhile an bhliain san an éidir an ócha, bhí sé just dochreite ar fad.
It was brilliant. It was surreal, you know. It was surreal. It was emotional. There was a constant wave of people. They were hanging out windows and getting every vantage viewpoint they could. It was amazing.
Agus búntaach an rud gur cégur a gríad na Peladória hennig bhile le corn Sam Maguire go raibh Tomás Mulcahy ann le corn Vicáraigh an íos an.
There was kind of an exchange of cups. I gave Larry the McCarthy Cup, and he gave me the Sam Maguire. I never saw Larry playing hurling before, but it looked really good in his hands.
I just think that the whole of Cork was just such a buzz that night, and to realise that both cups were there.
Cork people love their sport, they love their hurling, they love their football, and yeah, it was a very iconic occasion.
People just felt like that this was unique, this was history.
Go tragóideach tá Bertson bhfuir an pelle sinna chlí na féidirne, Michael McCarthy, agus an coolbáide John Kearns a fur bás a gábhí agus a hían. Bhí imróí na mí I measc an plód a bhí ag go hochrid rud a chutha áhainteras idir imróí an dá chundé.
Cursan deire stáilamsa leis an naidas a bhí idir an bhí agus ag Corcaigh. Agus be cuioine go deo an sacred, agus na daoine go léir a tháinig ón bhí, agus a ghlachpáirt sa sacred sin.
Is tócha gur ghlach éin, you know, look, nuair atá tú ag gimmart gine le chéile gan óras tá fua ón ach tá rudí a bhad níos móra. Agus I fós, you know, closfá sin ón imróí Corcaigh.
Écht úntaach ar fad a bhí déanta ag Corcaigh an bhliain sin. Agus be cuioine ar go deo.
Tá tradiisiún úntaach a Corcaigh agus an blian son is soach an don cumú leascaile Corcaigh an blian is fear riamh agus bheadh sé dechar, you know, dul Harvard than blian son.
It will stick in my memory, you know, as long as I can remember as well as it.
There were great days, there were tough days, there were hard days, but by God, there were days that people look back with a lot of fond memories of two brilliant teams.
We look back on it and there were magnificent times. We loved playing for Cork, we loved the red jersey, it meant an awful lot to us.
Tríd is tríd, gaisce dochreite a bethe, an dá cheann a thuairt Laochra, níor thar seo hin, agus cábhas cain Arlo sé ríist.
Curmid adna chuid duna daoine atá ina gcónaí ag gan duna hastáit taíochta is sinne san ardcar drumcondra triangle tar éis an sus.